Yo, what's up, Leo? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of January 2017. Happy New Year, Leo. The sun is going to be transiting the sign of Capricorn for the majority of the month of January 2017. And Capricorn is your sixth house. The sixth house has to do with work, daily life, and it has to do with your health. And the sun is going to be in this area until January 19th. So up until this time, you're going to be a lot busier regarding work matters. You're going to probably step up your fitness game a lot during this time. And then on January 19th, the sun is going to shift into Aquarius. And Aquarius is your seventh house. And that's to do primarily with the one-on-one relationships in your life. So who do you think of right off the bat when you think of one-on-one relationships, Leo? You think of your significant other, if you have one, if you're in a relationship. So there's going to be a lot of attention on your significant other following January 19th when the sun shifts into your seventh house, Aquarius. And for those single Leos, a one-on-one relationship is going to be much more of a focus for you. So if you are a Leo that's interested in being in a one-on-one relationship, there are aspects throughout this forecast that I'm going to talk about that are going to help you enter into a one-on-one relationship if that's what you want, Leo. So those are the main themes for you, Leo, throughout the month of January 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on January 3rd, Mercury, the planet of communication, is in Capricorn. Capricorn, once again, that's your sixth house. That's to do with your work situation, your daily life. And that's to do with your health. And it's making a positive angle to Venus, the planet of love, which is in Pisces. And Pisces is your eighth house. And the eighth house has to do with shared resources, shared finances, and it even has to do with your sex life. So to go back to what I said in the beginning of the forecast, for you single Leos, this is a great aspect for finding a romantic interest because Venus, the planet of love, is making this positive angle to Mercury, which is in Capricorn on January 3rd, and Venus is in Pisces, and Pisces is that area that has to do with your sex life. So you have the planet of love in an area that has to do with your sex life, and it's making a positive angle to the planet of communication, Mercury, in Capricorn, which is in the area that has to do with your daily life, it has to do with your work, and it has to do with your health. So these are all great. If you're a single Leo, these are all great areas to look for romance and to find someone that you're attracted to. And Mercury is the planet of communication. So if you know anybody on January 3rd or right around that time for you single Leos that you're attracted to, you should probably let them know. And you're probably going to find this person, somewhere in your work. And if you don't work with them directly, they could just work in the same industry. Like maybe you work for one company and they work for another company, or they could work in the same office. So it all depends on your unique situation. Or this is someone that you're going to run into somewhere along your daily life, Leo. It's definitely a possibility. Or this could be someone that you could find in the gym or somewhere in like wherever you work out or do fitness, Leo, because Mercury's in this area, Capricorn, and that's your sixth house. It also has to do with your health situation. Now, if this doesn't have to do with your love life, this is just a great day for business because Mercury is in the area of work, and it's the planet of communication. It's making this positive angle to Venus, which is in Pisces. And Pisces is also an area that has to do with business partnerships and business dealings. So it sounds like if this doesn't have to do with romance or an attraction, then on January 3rd, you can expect a great day at the office, Leo. On January 8th, Mercury turns direct finally, and it's in Sagittarius, your fifth house of romance. Now, Mercury's been retrograding since December 19th in Capricorn. That's your sixth house, work, daily life, and health. So you've probably had some challenges in these areas of your life since December 19th. And Mercury retrograded so much that it retrograded out of your sixth house, Capricorn, and went all the way back into your fifth house, Sagittarius, which primarily has to do with romance, and it's only a brief stay there in Sagittarius. So think about why is Mercury going to your fifth house of romance for such a brief visit? And Mercury retrograde, once again, is where the planet looks like it's moving backwards. It's not really moving backwards, but it looks like it is. What does that mean astrologically? Well, it needed to return to Sagittarius for some reason. So it sounds like, Sagittarius is your fifth house. That has to do with your romantic situation. So it sounds like there's something that needs a brief overview or review or a second look regarding your romantic situation, Leo. So think about how that applies to your life. On January 10th, the sun is in Capricorn, your sixth house of work, daily life, and health. It's making a challenging aspect to Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, which is in Aries. And Aries is an area that has to do, it's your ninth house. That's to do with adventurism. So this sounds like you feel like restricted by your work on January 10th, Leo. because Uranus is in that area of adventurism. You want to be adventurous, but you feel like you're being held back by your work situation. Now Uranus is in Aries, and Aries is your ninth house. That also has to do with faraway travel. It has to do with people from foreign cultures. It has to do with spirituality. So it sounds like the sun is in Capricorn, your sixth house of work, daily life, and health. So there might be some person who's somewhere in your work or somewhere along your daily life, or maybe you see him at the gym, but maybe this person gives you a challenge. Maybe it's maybe a spiritual figure, or maybe it's somebody from a foreign culture. But potentially you could have a challenge with this person right on January 10th, because this is a challenging aspect between the sun and Uranus. Uranus is in that area that has to do with faraway places, foreign cultures, and spirituality. Now, for other Leos, this could resonate. It's not going to resonate the same way for all Leos, but for other Leos, this could resonate as potentially some Leos may have to go somewhere far away for work, and they're not really feeling it. So it all depends on your unique situation, Leo. Think about how that applies to your life. There's some kind of challenge on January 10th between your work, and it's a challenge between your work life, faraway places, spirituality, and foreign cultures. And it has to do with adventurism too. Like you feel like your work is restricting you. On January 12th, there's a full moon in Cancer, and Cancer is your 12th house. And the 12th house is the area of the private and hidden. It's also the area of letting go. So I know a lot of you Leos have probably been hanging on to something that you shouldn't be. Whatever it is in your life, or whoever it is in your life, Leo, that you're hanging on to, this full moon is going to help you get closure. So it happens on January 12th. It's in Cancer. That's your 12th house of letting go and closure. So I feel, Leo, whatever closure you need to get, whatever you've been hanging on to, this full moon is really going to help you let go. Also, this area has to do with secrets. So Cancer is your 12th house. For you as a Leo, that has to do with secrets, and Cancer has to do with secrets in your life. So it sounds like there could be a secret situation that comes to fruition in your life, Leo, after January 12th. Also on January 12th, Mercury, the planet of communication, finally makes its way back into Capricorn. And once again, Capricorn's your sixth house of work, daily life, and health. And once again, I said it's been retrograding since December 19th. So you've probably had challenges since then regarding work, regarding daily life, regarding health. Well, now things are going to be a lot smoother with those areas of your life, Leo, and Mercury goes direct in these areas of your life on January 12th, and it's going to be in this area till February 25th. So you should see a lot more forward momentum and forward progress when it comes to your work, when it comes to your daily life, and when it comes to your health. On January 16th, Mars is in Pisces. That's your eighth house of shared resources, shared finances. It even has to do with your sex life. It's making a conjunction with Chiron in the same area. So Mars and Chiron are aligning in Pisces, this eighth house. Now, if you don't know what Chiron is, it's actually an asteroid in our solar system. And in astrology, Chiron has to do with sensitivity. So, being that this could be like a sensitive situation regarding your shared resources, potentially, Leo. Now, because it's Mars and Chiron together, Mars is really rough and Chiron's really sensitive. So you may be blowing this out of proportion, whatever it is regarding your shared resources. You may be making a bigger deal out of it than it really is. Or for some Leos, this could be about a business contract, or Pisces is also your area of sex. So maybe it's, someone who's a sexual partner in your life. Maybe you're having a challenge with this person, and you might be, overly dramatic about this situation. You might be blowing it out of proportion. So it's just the astral alignment for the day, Leo, so don't let it discourage you. Once this alignment passes, things should be more smooth. On January 20th, Venus, the planet of love, is in Pisces, making a positive angle to Pluto, which is in Capricorn. So Pisces, once again, your area of shared resources, your area of your sex life, making a positive angle to Pluto, which is in Capricorn. That's your sixth house of work, daily life, and health. Once again, for you single Leos, great time to look for an attraction in the workplace, or if they don't work with you directly in a similar industry, somebody in the gym possibly, Leo, you could be attracted to, or vice versa. So for those single Leos, keep your eyes open somewhere along your daily life. Now, if you're a Leo that's already coupled up and happy, and this doesn't have to do with your love life, then this is a great day for business. Once again, Venus in your area of business partnerships, making a positive angle to Pluto in your area of work. So look out for that one on January 20th. On January 25th, Venus, the planet of love in Pisces, makes a conjunction with Chiron in Pisces. Now Venus is making this alignment with Chiron in your eighth house of shared resources, shared finances, and your sex life. Now Venus is a much softer influence. So Mars is rough and rugged, and it can be irritating and aggressive, where Venus is soft and calming. So Venus is lining up with Chiron in this area. So if you are feeling any sort of vulnerability or sensitivity regarding, the eighth house has to do with shared resources, shared finances, has to do with your sex life. If you're feeling any discomfort about any of these areas of your life, this influence on January 25th isn't going to be as bad as the one that was on January 16th. On January 27th, there's a new moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius is your seventh house. That's to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. So here we go, Leo. If you're a single Leo, the 6 months that follow January 27th, the new moon's going to hit in Aquarius. That's your seventh house, and the seventh house has to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. Well, guess what? The 6 months that follow January 27th, it sounds like there's going to be a new one-on-one relationship coming into your life. So someone's going to come into your life in the 6 months that follow January 27th that you could enter into a one-on-one relationship with them. If you're a Leo that's coupled up, the 6 months that follow January 27th, it sounds like you could take your relationship to the next stage. So if you're a Leo that's just dating, the 6 months that follow January 27th, you could get engaged within these 6 months. If you're a Leo that's engaged, the 6 months that follow January 27th, you could get married potentially. If you're a Leo that's married, this just means new things coming down the pike for you and your significant other in the 6 months that follow January 27th. That's all I have for you this month, Leo. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram as Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook as Gregory Furlan. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year. I'll see you next month.